We are live. Got an excellent connection. Good for that. All right. Oh, we're going to do Scorpio's reading now. Um, sorry. Um, I've been delayed on getting back to doing what I need to do. First thing I want to say is remember these are general. They may or may not resonate. Do not try to make them fit. Also, I read tarot a little bit different than most. I look at the chart while I do the cards, and I'm looking at planets, I'm looking at signs, I'm looking at all these things. So I have your astrology chart up for Scorpio. These earbuds are driving me nuts. So that's the way I kind of work here. So anyway, like I said, this is general because I do not know what's in your chart. I don't have your chart for every individual. So it's like I said, it's a general. If you want anything private, you would have to email me, and that's in the about section. You can find my email address there. Okay. I have shuffled all the cards. Right now, we're all dealing with this Pluto uh, aspect, where there is sort of challenges, struggles that we're going through, very intense energy. And for you, it's in the third house. And it's Pluto is in that square with the South Node, and we all know the South Node is past. We know it's the tail of the dragon, the snake's body, um, separated from the head, which is the North Node, Rahu, Ketu. Uh, we all know that K2 is to release things, that we should secrete things uh, in our lives. You've got a lot of you've got Mercury there too in your 12th. This is all connected to your 12th house, 12th and 3rd house. Pluto being in the 3rd house, and it's stationary. And it's going to be going direct. And when a planet becomes stationary, even when they're retrograde, they're not weak. And depending on what house they're in or what sign they're in, whether they're debilitated or in fall or anything like that. Pluto still has its strength, and when a planet looks like it's kind of just stationary, just sitting there, waiting to move forward, it's gaining the energy, the power. And Pluto is all about power, authority, control. Um, and it's in Capricorn. So there's something here where you may be feeling in the past that you may have to release something here where in that 3rd house, which deals for you guys, it deals with neighbors. Uh, it deals with the mind, the ability to think, writing, siblings, short trips, neighbors, like I said, information, transportation. And it's transportation, it could be short trips, communication, cousins, debates, and intellect, learning, early education, ideals. Um, and it's almost like you're being controlled here in some way by either those things outside of you, by other people, and you are trying to just um, take your power back from those that have had it. Uh, determine, where you go, um, what form of transportation you take, or communicating. Um, just having the potential of being here, like think about Capricorn. The two major arcana that deal with Capricorn is the devil, which we know in relationships with other people, you've got these bonds, but it's almost like you're enslaved to these outside influences. You're bound. You can't. You want to break free, and that's where Uranus is like rebelling against that others' control. You want your own power back, and it's time that each and every one of us take our power back that we have given away for so long and break those chains of bondage. Also, and this has to do with your seventh house for you, Scorpio, because, you've given these others that you are in partnership with or relationships, you may have been, giving the control over to them, or you may have been controlling them, and they're trying to break free of something here, because it looks like in your seventh house you have Jupiter and um, Uranus there. And Uranus is feeding this energy over to Neptune, which deals with that. Feel like some people may feel your partnerships or relationships with others may feel like you may be controlling them too much. And they feel like their dreams, their visions, and everything is being controlled by you, because you are that person who is ruled by Pluto, or your sign is ruled by Pluto. So when you're being controlled, then you try to enforce that control to others and bond them into that service or in that bondage of being a service to you. And that's the way you kind of break it from someone else. But then if you're given the authority or the power over people, are you good to those ones that are in partnership or in relationship, intimate relationships with you, or are you binding them or putting those chains on? Because what I'm seeing here is that in your seventh house is someone's trying to break or the rebelling against the authority. Now Mars will be moving into your house, and this is really interesting because Mars is like, not only is Pluto sending this square over to the South Node, where you may have to release the control that you may have on others, and let them kind of experience their own power. Let them in the world experience something here, that they're not feeling like they're enslaved. And this, like I said, it's about communication as well. It's about ruling over aspects. Like even if you're like ruled over, are you ruling over? Because I'm seeing in the seventh house where in relationship or expansion and growth, your partners or partnership with others, or in marriages or in those intimate relationships or intimate connections, people are trying to break free. They're rebelling against the control. And like I said, Mars will move into your sign tonight after midnight. It's a little after midnight, Eastern Standard Time, because I'm on the East Coast of the United States. So I'm looking at my time. So you have to adjust your time to that. But it's like people in Mars, you may be still trying to have that control because Mars is aggressive. And as people try to rebel, you may sort of assert yourself in something here that because this is the house of self. And you may get agitated with these people because you can't control them. They're changing. We're all changing. And you're going to have to, being a fixed sign, is to maybe change something about you where you are set in a particular habit that if you let go of the control or power you have over them and your assertiveness over them, that they'll run away, or they may abandon you, or they may go off on their own dreams, their own visions of what they want. Well, sometimes it's like those little, kids. We have kids. Sometimes we got to let them, set them free. And a lot of this is so they can kind of experience the goals, what they feel. It's almost like there could be a lot of emotions going on here too, because of Neptune being in Pisces. People are just, a lot of people are just feel like they're kind of drowning in things, in their emotions or their beliefs, and it's like they're maybe not even getting heard. You need to just break some old habits here that you have and let people be who they are. Don't try to control them. Don't lord power over them. They have their own power. And when people get fed up and tired of being controlled or in bondage, which is that devil energy of Capricorn, and you've got all the authority and they've got none, not even the right to communicate, or you try to control their communications, you try to control where they go, you try to control the information, whatever this is, and I'm going to call it like I see it here, you've got to let them experience. And when you do that and you break those chains and say, okay, you're going to learn one way or another, even if you're doing it to even try and protect some people. You feel like, oh, I've got to protect them. I don't. It's like a helicopter mother or father that's over the kids, and it's like, well, I don't want them to get hurt, so I'm gonna keep. I don't want them to see this. I don't want them to see that. This is a time that they get to decide what they need to experience, and they change. The more you try to chain them in or bound them in and control them from the world or from experiencing things, because not all things is not good in this world, and we know that. But when you let them be free to experience and listen to what they say and have that communication of what they believe or what they may want to have a dream or a goal, you've got to let them experience it. You can't take this aggressive energy, and it's going to be very careful right now, especially, with Mars getting ready to go into your sign, and it is the ruler for you. It's the old ruler. It's the internal ruler. You're going to hurt yourself. You're going to experience maybe some pain there, because what you may have had for goals for others or visions for others or whatever, the way you see things, what your beliefs are, they don't have the same beliefs. It's okay. They're not you. So set them free. Give them their power. Give them authority. Even children have to have a certain amount at certain ages. You gradually give them authority, the power to decide things. They're not in diapers anymore. You're not always there. And if you try to control all their decisions and everything else, guess what? What are they going to do when they get out there in that world and they experience something? When you've been the one that's been doing it all? Or you the one that's been controlling everything? They have to learn, but yet be thankful when they come back and they communicate with you. And have that open discussion. You're going to have to learn to communicate with others instead of lording over them. Even, like I said, even children gradually, when they start to walk, okay? Every little thing they start, new things they begin as they're growing. You have to give them the authority so they don't rebel. They can experience, but let them know you're there to communicate and still be there when they need you. Okay? And that's the big thing I'm seeing right now, because right now with Pluto in this square to the north and the south node, and then Mars feeding that square back into Pluto, well, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I'm going to be aggressive toward this and that. Don't make plans. Another thing too here, don't set your goals so high that you will not achieve them. If you're going to tell someone, take baby steps, even adults have to learn to take those baby steps. I want to accomplish this, but what is it going to cost for me to do that? Or what is it going to take in resources to achieve that or accomplish that? Don't be all over the place. If you're going to do something and you tell somebody you're going to do something, do it. And stay focused in that area. Or people will rebel against you because they may get into the state of, well, Scorpio says this or Scorpio says that, they're going to do this, and they don't do it, or something, you make promises you don't keep, on and on and on. And after a while, people get tired of it, and they say, okay, that's just the way that person is. That it's a habit. And some habits you got to let go. You got to stop. And it's also if you keep secrets. That's the most horrible thing you can do to those that love you or that you claim you love, is to keep secrets. There has to be that open communication. It's not, you can't live in a home with a family and keep secrets. That's wrong. Because you're doing wrong by the ones who love and care for you. And you're going to break that trust down if you don't. If you stop doing the secret thing, if you're hiding something. Because you're not in this alone. There's other people involved. Okay? So these are the big things I'm seeing right now, and this is a lot with Libra being your 12th house. That right now the conjunction, the sun, the Mercury to the sun, there's something about a focus on that 12th house that I may, as kids get older, they're going to go on in their lives. They're growing up. There may be a loss of something here that you can't speak for them, or you can't control something here. Like when a kid goes off to college or they move out of the home. They're adults then. You can't treat them like little kids anymore. You got to surrender that. And there may be that, and 12th house usually deals with loss. But it also deals with hidden enemies. So, and it's about the private life, and it could be about dreams, sleep. Are you sleeping well? Are you getting enough sleep? And it's also about conspiracies. What is hidden here? Every time I hear conspiracies, I'm like, okay, what is this about now? I just don't fall into those things. But what is hidden in that conspiracy? If you look for what the words, if you listen to what's being said, and if there's no facts to back that conspiracy up, then what good is it? It's just garbage. But it's again about what's hidden. Enemies. These are hidden enemies as well as what I meant to say. This is about obsessions as well. Something about your private life. Secrets. Self-sacrifice. Karma. Oh, there's a lot of people that may be experiencing karma right now. You know what you sow you shall reap. I mean, it's in the good book, and it all the time we're told. You reap rotten seeds, you plant rotten seeds, and you're not going to get a good harvest if you get any at all. It's simple. Is kept secrets, unexpressed emotions? Why would you hide emotions to a partner? I mean, even if you're agitated about something and they know it because your partner or your spouse can sense there's something wrong. And then they're picking up on that vibration, what you're putting out. And when they ask you, what's the matter? And you just don't want to express how you feel. Oh, nothing. They know you're hiding something. And that does not make for a healthy relationship. This is where you need to sit down and talk about it. Well, I'm feeling this. I just feel like this. I feel like that. And you need to express those emotions. It could also be about seclusion, retirement. I hate to go too much into the witchcraft or psychicism. A lot with that 12th house can be. You got to get some balance here. Got to be just and fair. And if you're losing sleep, you definitely have to gain that sleep back. I know I've been losing a lot of it. Waking up all hours of the night. And a couple of nights I'll sleep pretty good. And then other nights I don't. Sometimes we will have visions in our sleep where the spirit within us will show us things. And if you're open to that, I don't think that's witchcraft. That is spirit within you communicating with you through your dreams to show you something here. Pay attention to your dreams. These could be warning signs, or these could be good things that are coming. If you sow good seeds, good things come back. If you sow bad seeds, you lie, you deceive, you hide things and all this. I always say, whatever kept in the dark will always be shown in the light. A word may slip out, and all of a sudden somebody catches it, and they're like, what did you just say? And then you try to pull it back in. It's too late. Might as well go on and sit down and talk about it. Or pick a time that we need to sit down and talk, whether with partnership or with your intimate person. We do have the moon in a trine with Jupiter at this time. We've got a couple little places here where I would say for the next day and a half, it would be good if you want to express what you feel, is to express those things, but keep it in a calm. Don't be aggressive at it. Just say, this is what I'm feeling right now. Just let me work through what I got to work through. And if the other person says, how can I help? Then maybe some way the other person could help if you allow them. But then if they know what you're going through, they can be more empathetic to what you're going through. But don't manipulate anybody with feelings. because you're setting up for a bad thing there. I see also, even though there's a emotional trine here, or a trine to Jupiter, there's also with Mercury being conjunct with the Sun, there's a quincunx over to Jupiter. So there is this, like, when there's a quincunx or an inconjunction, sometimes it's called, okay, let me put it to you this way. There's the word conjunction, like Mercury with the Sun right now. That means these energies are working together. They're bonding together for strength. When there is an inconjunct, like there is with Mercury over to Jupiter, that means there is no working together. And this is in your seventh house, your house of partnerships, business partnerships, clients, these sort of things. There may be a struggle here, what you can do or what you want compared to what they want. Can you fulfill what this other person wants or needs? Can you give in that? There may be something here with maybe the timing's not right. That can be an issue. Maybe you can't do it now, but maybe you can look and see when you can do it, and you can discuss that. At least be honest about it. Also, there is a quincunx from Neptune to the South Node. Now, remember, all that energy that's over there in that 12th house, Mercury being conjunction with the Sun, those two energies are working together, okay? And then they're taking that energy and conjuncting with the South Node, which is something about the past, and that past energy of things you used to do, or how you used to your past actions, or what you were trying to, sow here, and or planting those seeds, or whatever your goal was or your vision was or whatever. How is it working out for you? Because I'm seeing here with maybe not getting the goals accomplished, because Neptune, there's something external where you feel like you might be drowning in some belief or secrets that are kept, that you've just kept to yourself, and it's like so much from the past you've kept inside, and maybe it's time to have that discussion. Look at your life and see what action you can do to improve or grow, because right now, with that energy of Mercury conjunct with the Sun and all that's there in that 12th house for you, all that energy combined, and even with Mars, I mean, we got Mercury there, we've got the Sun there, we got the South Node there, and that South Node's going to be there for 18 months. And we're fixing to have that solar eclipse in your 12th house soon, within a couple of days, on the 14th. It's going to happen. It's going to be an angular. And, if you want to leave people out in the dark, or you might fall into this pit of darkness, not a good place to be. And you feel like, you're just consumed with this fire energy all around you, and you can't get out of it. Because that's the kind of way I look at this. It's time to burn off that energy or that darkness and bring it out into the light. Whatever was hidden, whatever was ever in the dark, as hard as it may be, it's time to release it. Because there may be here with the goals, that with that South Node and Neptune being over there, it's like you're not accomplishing much in your visions or your dreams. And this is all going on in your 6th house. Oh, I'm sorry, your 5th house, which has to do with fun, joy, pleasure, romance, the inner child within you, entertainment, sexual relations, games, gambling, which I don't agree with at all. Don't risk something that you can't risk. I mean, gambling can be an addiction. And that could be also part of that Capricorn energy, where you're what's What's controlling you? Children, dating, self-expression. That's another thing with self-expression. How do you express yourself? Drama, sports, hobbies, and films. Sometimes we have to, and again, Neptune is about escapism, where we try to run away from things that we don't want to face, that are coming up. And we just, don't want to be around the drama, or that with me, myself, I don't want to be around drama. I don't like it. I don't like drama queens, and I don't like drama kings. I don't like conflict, and I don't like chaos. You're going to bring that to my doorstep, you best not knock on my door, because you'll get a direction on which way you can go. So it's like, don't try to escape things and think you can keep them hidden, because it's always going to come out. Always. Don't lie about things. Don't try to hide things. Don't try to be secretive about things. Express it. Let it out. You're just going to have to find a way to do it. And we also have the trine to the South Node over to Saturn. Saturn is right at the point where it first entered into Pisces. And I still say this goes back to March the 7th, when Saturn first entered into Pisces, because it went to 7 degrees, and it was that shift when all those 7 planets shifted at one time on the March the 7th, and Saturn went retrograde at 7 degrees, so it's 777. So there could be something here, that's dealing with that. And now it's at the point where it entered. So it's a reassessment. It's a reevaluation of limits and restrictions and regulations, laws, justice as well. Well, karma especially, the laws of karma. And the laws of karma is you reap what you sow. It's that simple. Life can be so simple. People make it difficult. And then they have to struggle through it because they don't know how to go through that struggle and break those bounds, those chains. And you're dealing with some of this, and I'm pretty sure, and it's going to affect your future. And there's going to have to be a lot of healing work done. Because with Mercury right now, what I'm seeing a lot with the readings is a lot of times the 9 of Wands comes out, and that's like head trauma, because of actions you took in the past. And then it's like now you're going to have to heal those wounds. It's like dealing with things that you tried to go too fast, too quick in something, and you may have missed something that maybe you shouldn't have missed. It was important because things were going very quickly. Things were expanding, getting maybe too big. A lot of times, we do things, we get involved in things, and it just gets out of hand. And we don't know how to deal with all of it, how to sort it out. So we may have missed some things as well. Or there could have been some sort of accident that you had. Again, there's internal trauma and there's external trauma. I don't know which one it is for you guys. So you may be having to work through that in that 6th house. And the 6th house has to deal with work, your daily life, routines, being of service, labor, healers, workers, animals, nutrition, health, obligations, illness, public service, aunts and uncles, productivity, self-care, crafts, fitness, purification. I see a lot of purification going on right now. Contributions. And that comes out of doing service work, How do you contribute to others to do the service work? Um, did you succeed at any of that? So, and the North Node is in that sixth house. So there's something here of between those two houses. What happened there in the 12th house and what may become a loss? How do you deal with that loss in the sixth house? Did you contribute enough? Did you help others? Or did you just, things just exploded? Where everything was just going so quickly and it just got out of hand. You got to work on things in your daily routines. What are you doing here? So anyway, let's see what the tarot has for you guys. And like I said, I read them a little bit different. I look mostly at the planets and the signs, and then I look at, when I'm dealing with the signs, I'll see what planet's there. And then it's the reverse when I'm looking at the planet, what sign it's in, what house it's in. And I watch your chart as I'm doing this, okay? So we'll see what goes on, okay? All right. So let's jump on over into it. I have shuffled all the cards, okay? So to make it kind of a little bit more quick so we can move ahead. All right, I'm going to do a 10-card spread, and you'll see, okay? If you got any questions, feel free to ask, okay? Okay, I just kind of cut my mic off there for a minute. I'm working with a couple of decks here from Gina at Tarot by Light that she created. They're very pretty. The artwork's very beautiful on them. Oops. Do one more shuffle here. All right. Let's see what's going on. I've already split the cards and everything. All right, this is for Scorpio for the rest of October. Whoa, that came out pretty quick. We got the Knight of Wands here. It's a Sagittarius, or it's a Leo energy. I look at the Knights as the fixed energies. And then the Kings, I look at the mutable as a mutable energy. The Queens are sort of the cardinal, or deal a lot with the cardinal signs for me. Pages and Aces deal with the seasons. You know, we go through seasons in our life. All right. So this is a Knight. I look at it as a fixed sign. To me, it's Leo. You can see there's a rose there, and Leo usually deals a lot with romance, those intimate relationships. Leo for you is the 10th house, and there's nothing in the 10th house right now. There may have been something where um, when the moon was there, this is the situation. Something may have occurred then in that house. Could have been something with work. It is a fire, so it's dealing with the sun and Mars. The sun rules Leo. You may feel some loss here of romance or passion, or for maybe your work, a relationship with that. You're kind of guarding as well. Again, Leo is a fixed energy, so it's sort of it's an action card. All knights are action. They take sort of action. They, with the wands, it's like they initiate something here. I don't know who the initiator was, um, but somebody was trying to maybe initiate romance with you, and but they were guarded. They were trying to protect themselves as well, maybe from some sort of rejection. Um, but you know, they're cladded in gold, so that tells me that their intentions were pure. And I don't know if this was maybe you or the partner, but somebody here was initiating some sort of action, initiation of something here. Oh, we got the Queen of Swords. This is a Libra energy. And that's what's in your 12th house is Libra. Uh, I don't know, like I said, because this is masculine, this is feminine. I don't know how well somebody here was willing to receive something. Usually she has her hand open. Um, it's cardinal sign. Like I said, the queens deal with cardinal signs. They can be open to receive whatever you're trying to initiate here, but they're very cautious to what you're trying to do here. This is the queen here. She thinks, you know, the swords are about thoughts. She may be wondering what the intentions are here. It's a feminine nature and masculine nature here. Knights are masculine. Somebody may be, I mean, they're open to something here. She usually has, like I said, she has her hand out, like, okay, what is it you want? Um, but with that sword, she can be very quick to cut something out. Um, or somebody here can be a little bit more domineering. Well, I'm not sure, but this is the challenge part. Now, there is really no gender issue here because signs really don't. They do. Excuse me. They do have a masculine and feminine energy to them, but we all have that masculine and gender feminine energy within us. So, because we have a heart, right? And the heart is a feminine energy. Emotions are feminine in nature, whereas the mind is sort of a masculine, and how we react or what actions we take, that is also can be masculine. Um, in your foundation, what's going on? You got the Queen of Wands. There's definitely something here. Um, you got two queens here. This is Aries energy, and this is your sixth house. This could be something about with this Queen of Wands. It's like it's like this is something that has to do with the future. Your interest in something here, but somebody is like somebody's actions created some sort of wounds here. Because we do have, Mars has been debilitated while it's been in Libra. But I'm still feeling a loss here of because of some action. So we got Libra and we've got Aries. Are you dealing with somebody here that's having some sort of relationship issues? And we have this Leo energy as well. I'm just wondering if this energy is not trying to have some kind of influence on you to do something. Or you're wanting to do something here to help someone. I don't know. What's crowning the reading is the King of Wands. We've got the King of Wands and we've got the Queen of Wands. So this is like the compatible energies of the King and the Queen. So this would be Sagittarius. Now, like I said, I don't know what's in your chart. You could have Sagittarius in your chart. The other person could have. I'm getting a lot of people energy here. At least 3. Because I feel like what this is an ascending or a rising sign of somebody that's not really showing everything. You know, rising and ascending signs are signs that about us that we only want people to know certain things. We don't share everything about ourselves or our lives or something like that. But I feel like with this, I don't know if there's some plan of action here. What is it? Let's see what's in the South Node, the past. 8 of Coins, something with work here. Um, this is a Virgo energy, and that has to deal with your 11th house. Now, Venus is there, which rules uh, Libra here. And Venus in Virgo is debilitated. When a planet is debilitated, that means it doesn't have much energy or it feels weak, repressed. It just doesn't have the energy to put that effort in. And it's kind of negative. It's a weak, negative, and that's what Venus is right now. She's weak. I mean, she just went through this thing of, through Leo, where she went direct, came through it, went retrograde. She was the night star. She's been through hell. Whatever this Venus is, it's like hell. In Leo, in romance, or in some fire energy here, and she fell out of the night sky, could be scars. She fell out of that night sky, and she fell in the underworld because the sun was there with her, and she fell behind the sun, which means that she just went through this fire energy, and she had to come out of it. I mean, there's a Greek mythology about it, but I'm not going to go into it. But she had to come out of hell to ascend back into the sky. She sacrificed something. Something here was sacrificed to become the morning star again. And then as time goes, she ascends higher back up in the sky to the night star, which is the star that usually guides ships in the dark in the night. Um, before she goes through that again. She goes through this she goes through this in a 5 points. So there's something here with Venus being here, but also I got to say there's a mutual energy here because Mercury, Venus being in Virgo sign and Mercury being in Libra sign, they've switched. They've switched rulership, or they can kind of be how do I want to put it? Um, they simulate their energies. You could switch them around. You know, Venus acting like Mercury and Mercury acting like Venus. Um, this could be somebody in the past, something they've done, because this would be an eight of coins. Coins are like resources, work. It all deals with Virgo, and what Virgo is. Um, reserved, focused on what they're doing, which Virgos are, you know, they're workers, but they really focus on what they do. Um, so somebody here was really focused on something in the past, what happened in the past. I don't. What is this North Node? I mean, I'm getting a lot of people. There's a choice here. Two of Wands. Now this goes back to this fire energy right here in the center. Somebody here may not. When you got the Two of Wands, you've got somebody standing there, and it's like, do I go this way, or do there's a choice here, or do I do this? And you'll see one of them is like this, the sun, and the other one is like the moon, the emotions. It's like the soul, what the soul wants versus what the heart wants. Which path do I choose? Which way do I go? I don't know if somebody could be asking for guidance here on something where there's definitely something here mutual with this king and the queen of wands. There's passion there. Whoa. I didn't I didn't expect that at all. You know, when some cards come up and I don't expect them, it's like, wow, okay, I was not ready for that. The Seven of Swords, if you know the Rider Waite deck, you'll know, because this is your energy. This was where you see three people in the situation. And I said I felt like there was three people here. Okay? You see one person that it was all about winning. Winning a conflict, winning a battle. And two, the other two just drops their swords. One is like off weeping and somebody's consoling someone here. Because the Seven of Swords is all about winning a battle at all cost in conflict. But with the fox here, it's kind of sneaky, or it's somebody trying to avoid some type of conflict. And that Two of Swords being in the ground as well. I mean, it's the five is, like I said, the five is the conflict within the three energies here that I'm picking up on. But now there's like somebody being very sneaky, crossing a boundary because the Two Swords in the ground, and there's like, you can't cross that boundary. Somebody is going into the community, or because you see all these tents and you see a town, somebody's being sly. It's like the fox in the hen house, right? It sneaks in where it's not supposed to be to steal the egg or steal the chicken. And it will get caught. So I don't know what, this is your energy. Don't get yourself caught up in something else of somebody else's doings. I will say that. What's in the environment here for you? Oh, we got the Five of Coins. That's abandonment. This is somebody who, with this Eight of Coins to the Five over here, this is Taurus energy, which is about your seventh house. And that eighth house being of 11th house. So this could be some kind of friend or social group that you've been working with, or a friend you've been working with, or something. And whatever in the environment, somebody's abandoned the work. They feel like it's a loss. What else is going on with that? Oh, somebody was already forewarned. The High Priestess, when I get her, that's dealing with, now that's your first major arcana right here. All the rest of this is like court cards, and then you've only got 1, 2, 3, 4. That has to do with some action here. The High Priestess is major arcana. She represents Cancer, but she represents she represents the moon itself. She knows. She's like where the Hierophant is more of a spiritual leader that guides people, or teaches people, or forms agreements with others, and contracts and things like that, for people to prosper. They give them that guidance, which is usually a Taurus energy. She is sort of the one that holds the book of prophecy. So somebody here in your environment definitely a loss. Five of Coins are kind of like a loss. This is somebody struggling. But it was already, something here was foretold that it would happen. But it's also a central thing of loss of possessions, loss of, we look at Taurus, and when we look at Taurus, it's like those possessions that we have. It's our self-worth. You're dealing with somebody here that maybe had some loss in finances or their assets, maybe even their self-worth, because they're going in tattered clothing. Uh, they don't have the means to substantially in um, uh, take care of themselves. Um, it's hard, work. You may have somebody come in and looking for work, um, but they've abandoned the work. It's like you couldn't trust this person. You don't know if they would be there or not. Um, but it's their own personal security here. But it was foretold it was going to happen. But this person just, whoever this is, just didn't listen. They didn't heed the warnings. And we got the Knight of Cups. So we got two knights here. You may feel some, this to me is Scorpio energy. Just as this is Leo, this is Scorpio. I feel like two people here have tried to help someone, but you can't help nobody that won't help themselves. If they don't want to heed the warnings, you know, somebody chose, or it's like what it's almost like somebody asking or trying to um there's like a plan or a scheme here. It's like a couple. I mean, this is a couple, a king and a queen of wands. It's passion, planning, um it's attraction. And I don't know if somebody's trying to get a couple here to do something, to intercede in something here of what this challenge is with this Queen of Swords. That's kind of like whatever it was, they did it to themselves by their own choices. It's almost like somebody. Okay, I'm just had to put it to you like this. It's like somebody's coming to you and asking you about relationship issues where they may have abandoned the relationship or just quit putting the effort in it, or they said they were working at it and they weren't. Um, and I'd be real, I don't like getting involved in people's relationships because you got to know from both sides of the story. If you don't know both sides of the story, stay the hell out of it. I mean, that's just the way I feel about it. Or you're going to be drugged right into this conflict, and I feel like that's where you're at. There was some sneaky shitty going on here, and I'm going to be honest about it. And you may feel responsible for it. I mean, oh gosh, now we got the Chariot. That's Cancer energy. Again, major arcana, major arcana. Both of these have to deal with the moon and Cancer, the sign of Cancer, and The moon, the emotions. That was, it kind of would go this way, okay? Because it was like it was already foretold. Something here was already foretold it was going to go that way. I mean, this is like the horse driving the carriage, right? It's like you were driving it that way. I don't know if this is where you feel responsible about something. I don't know. Or you feel like you need to do something here for this person. But we got 3 here. 3 very strong energies. And somebody was telling somebody what was going to happen, and they didn't listen. So, I mean, the overall energy I'm getting here is the Page of Wands. Really? I mean, we got the King, we got the whole court set here of Wands. The Page, the Knight, the Queen, and the King. Shit. This is Aries energy here. Somebody needs to do whatever the path they need to take has to deal with healing. They, contribution. What did you contribute into something here in this path? What did you Queen of Coin, Ace of Swords. Somebody's healing work, sleep, something here, visions. Because somebody's hurting and they need some clarity. And this is Capricorn energy, exactly where Pluto's sitting at right now. Somebody's going to have to be kind of steered here during the winter season. There could be a new beginning. And we see that the Queen over here has the sword. It needs some clarity. It needs somebody telling the damn truth. Whoever this is, they need the truth be told. Somebody needs to speak up. And usually the pages are messengers. Somebody needs to speak up. And you've only got the one page here. So who's going to take the action to speak up here about something? But I feel like really there's 3 people here involved. Definitely. I can feel it like I'm sure probably somebody thought they were doing good or thought they were really being helpful. But you know what? When you, like I said, if you don't know both sides of the story, keep your ass out of somebody else's relationship. I'll say it again. And I think I've said this before with you guys. Because somebody was already told here what would happen. And they didn't heed the warning. I'm sorry. They didn't heed the warning. Somebody was already told which direction that horse was going in with that chariot. They forewarned them it was going to go this way. And they didn't want to listen. Whoever this was, and I feel like it's definitely that Queen of Swords over there, was determined. And they created their own pain and suffering. Because I've got swords here and I got swords here, and it's like they just got you right involved in all of it. Sneaky, shady shit. Got you involved in their conflict, their dispute, or they're trying to get you involved in it. And if you don't know both sides of the story, then you need to keep your nose out of it. I mean, look at actions. Action speaks louder than words. Somebody can tell you something and could be lying dead to your face, or misleading you, misguiding you, or whatever else. I mean, that's why whenever somebody comes to me about their problem, I'll be like, well, what did they do? What did they say? I mean, I've got to know the whole story. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit there and just go by what one person tells me. And why is that? Because I wasn't there. I wasn't privy to all the conversations, or I wasn't there to see the other person's actions. Because something about this over here, something ain't right. I mean, this just feels like it just does not fit in this reading. Like I did all the work. Really? Hmm. I put all the effort in. Really? Like I said, until you know both sides of the story, keep your nose out of people's relationships. Leave it to the experts. If you don't have a degree in it, shut up. I mean, people can give their opinions all day long. You got to know both persons, both people quite well. All right, we got the Nine of Wands. This is the Nine of Wands is where somebody, the Eight of Wands comes before this, right? So it's something that comes out of the atmosphere, from out of nowhere. You don't know where that's coming from. All you're getting is some type of action coming at you, like arrows. And it's like a battle, okay? And somebody ends up, the guy standing there with one wand, that's the ninth wand, with you, because you're the knight with the one wand, some action here, and now there's injury here. There's trauma here. So the whole situation here is an action that someone took in the past, and it created a great deal of trauma. I mean, this is like somebody pulling shit out of the sky, or making up something. You don't know where it comes from. The challenge here with this Queen of Swords, Nine of Coins. We got two nines. And it's both of them linked here to the situation and the challenge. And this is when I'm looking at this, it's like material. It's the world. When I look at coins, it's reality. It's substance. It's something you can hold to. Um, and this person could be a challenge to deal with in reality. Because I feel like this person is this person. That's external. What's in the foundation here with this? Ho, 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 ho. Really? Remember I just said the 9 of Wands and the 8 of Wands come before it? This was in the foundation, that 8 of Wands. So there was something here being relayed, or this queen shot those arrows off to what the situation is here. And this could have been your partner. It's like feeding information into something here. What is it with this King of Wands? Oh, somebody here was trying to manifest something or manipulate something. The Magician is Mercury energy, okay? This is mind trickery, okay? It is major arcana. It deals with Gemini and it deals with Virgo. So it was like somebody was he's also known as the alchemist. He takes things and magically tries to create something here. Now this is going to be really interesting when I pull for you guys the magic, making magic. This is going to be really interesting for me when I pull it to see what it shows, what here was going on. Because it's definitely having to do with communication, and it's definitely having to do with information and what someone was trying to manifest here. And I'm wondering if the information that the queen got here and fed it, was it really real? Was it the truth? This 8 of coins, what the heck's going on here? This is the Fool, major arcana. This is Aquarius energy. This is Neptune. Somebody fed somebody here. Somebody was with this past. Somebody was not in reality about something. This is like that gesture, court gesture, that stands, and sometimes the Magician is known as a court gesture, but it's naive. Somebody was being very naive here about something, even though you're warning. This over here is warning this person. Remember the little dog and the guy, the naive, thinks he has all the tools, thinks he has all the skills, all the, I've got this, I got that, I got my wand here, I've got my sword here, I've got my pinnacle here, I've got this new beginning. I just want this new beginning. I want to take this leap of faith. I want to jump off this cliff. Y'all gonna jump off with it to me too? And this fool was doing something here and feeding something. In the future, somebody's got to decide what they're going to do. We've got the sun, and I'm telling you right now, the sun conjoined with Mercury in this. Somebody's trying to manifest something here. And I still feel like there's 3 people involved here, and one person is trying to manipulate the other 2 people in this in a conflict to do something here. Don't get involved. I'm just going to say that. Don't get involved. Stay out of it. Because you could do more harm than good here, especially with Mars going into this. You could end up getting hurt in this. You could be the one who does something here that causes more pain than good. And the best thing to do is to tell that third person, you need to go work it out for yourself. There's been too much done already here. Yep, you need to stay out of something here. You got the World card. I mean, it's at a conclusion. I don't know if somebody's asking you, what they can do, what direction they ought to take, and it's like over here, whatever this is, it's done. That's it. That's the end of the major arcana. That's Capricorn energy. There's, that's struggles. I'm telling you, with Pluto being there, and that Seven of Swords, which is Aquarius energy, this could cause problems in your own home life. Stay out of something here. This Knight of Cups, again, we got the Knight of Cups here. It's like telling that person, you need to go whichever way you want to go. I can't tell you which direction to go in. I can't tell you what the best thing here to do. You need to figure that out for yourself and deal with it yourself. Yep. See, we got that Three of Cups. I'm telling you, I told you that I felt like there was three people involved here. Somebody foretold somebody here. There's a foretelling. Somebody told somebody that this was going to go bad, and they didn't listen. Or it's going to be that way. What is this with this Knight of Cups? Ten of Cups. It's like, okay. It's like telling somebody here with this North Node, and they're trying to figure out which way to go here. And it's like asking that person, well, what does your heart tell you? You can either choose what your heart wants, or you can choose what your soul wants. Which is it? I'd go with my heart every time. But I would also listen to what's being told to me as well, what I'm being forewarned. And we got the Page of Cups with this. Again, it's sort of an expression of what somebody has learned here. And this would be that time with the Page of Cups, and I don't see the Ace of Cups coming out here. That's the only thing that's not here. And I feel like that was something that somebody, the Ace of Cups had already came in the past, and somebody was a damn fool. They didn't take it. Somebody was offered an opportunity here, a new beginning, and they didn't take it. See? That Ace of Coins, that's a new beginning. That was a solid offer somebody gave. Somebody gave somebody a solid offer here, and they didn't take it. Two of my favorite aces is the Ace of Coin, or the Ace of Coin, yeah, and the Ace of Cups. See, there's the Seven of Swords again. Somebody lost an opportunity here. They sure did. There, now you got the Ace of Swords here due to the Seven of Swords. that clarity. And we got the King of Wands. Again, showing up here. Oh my God, you got to be kidding me. Now, what are the chances? Now, what are the odds and the chances that the King and the Queen of Wands would come out again? What are the odds there? 1,000,000 to 1? I don't know. Somebody's going to communicate. Oh, we got the moon. Somebody's got a vision here. Somebody's got a dream here. And we see all this right here in this outcome. And this, guarantee you, this is going to probably be somewhere around that lunar eclipse. That's going to be in Taurus. 3 of coins. Solar eclipse to the new moon to the full moon. It's going to be in Taurus. Justice. Both scales. Eight of Swords. Mercury energy. Gemini. Don't get involved in something here. What's at the bottom here? Oh, it's turned the other way. There's our Ace of Cups. It was turned the other way. I felt it, but I didn't want to say anything. I told you. We have the Ace of Coins here, right on the one top, and we have the Ace of Cups at the bottom. I told you. With the Page. Somebody's going to make an offer here. Somebody's going to have to sacrifice something. And we got somebody here, and this the high priestess is like, I freaking forewarned you. And now there's heartache. Now there's suffering. And somebody's going to have to sacrifice. And something is not moving because somebody's not going to come and make that offer. They're debating. There's messages, there's communications about it, but what are they doing? Are they actually doing something about it? I don't know. I really don't know. Wow. All right, let's go over to Scorpio, prophecy for love. Let's see what's going on. Somebody here in the past had a dream, a vision, a goal that they wanted to work on or something, and it's just, but I don't think they were being, I really just don't feel like they were being, they were so damn naive, irresponsible, almost like a child. Not very, let's put it this way, this was not a very realistic dream, or they were reaching too far too high above their means. It's like somebody trying to sell somebody, like, I got land on the, at the beachfront property. I can sell you. And it wasn't nothing but a Ponzi scheme. It was like somebody's goal was set way too high here. All right, let's see what you got here. Prophecy and romance. I mean, it goes all from fire over here to emotions over here. What is prophecy for? And we do have prophecy over here. So let's see what's going to be foretold here. We got toxic behavior. Bad habits and repetitive unhealthy patterns will cause challenges. Yep, sure will. And there's going to be challenges. I'm telling you that right now. And there's going to be struggles because of somebody's toxic behavior. Acting without thinking. Phone call. Open lines of communication. They will call. Autumn. We're in autumn season now. So it'll be in this season. And it will be, when does autumn start? The bottom of the deck, you got very soon. I asked that question, when does autumn start? It says very soon. Okay. Fairy tale fantasies. Release unrealistic expectations to avoid disappointment. Suppress emotions. A fear of intimacy will cause delay with progression forward. Secrets. Betrayal will come from their sneaky ways. And that's your energy. If you try to be sneaky, you're going to get betrayed here by somebody. If somebody's trying to talk you into doing something, tell them they go do it. All right, let's see what. I think autumn starts what. It's in now, isn't it? Don't we go? Aren't we into autumn season already, or does it start the 23rd? I think it starts the 23rd of this month when the sun moves into Scorpio season. Or did it? I don't think it started. Well, it might have started the 23rd of September when we moved into Leo, because it was the fall equinox. Had to have started then. All right, let's see what we got here. Wisdom. Spiritual wisdom. What kind of spiritual wisdom are you getting here? See what kind of flipped over? I don't take flip overs, but it's round and round. It's like that pattern. Repetitive, unhealthy patterns that somebody is doing. And what comes out is breathe. Somebody needs to meditate here. Somebody needs to get their. I don't want to say something. In other words, they need to do some kind of breathing exercises. Um, there's a blessed feminine energy here in all this. A very well spiritually connected feminine energy here that has completed their cycle. And that can have that connection to this world here, that this cycle is done, whatever it is. They are so blessed that don't mess with that blessed person. Don't do it. Somebody who's maybe highly connected to spirit. Um, don't mess with them. But what I was going to say, and it caught my eye about that message. Um, somebody needs to practice their breathing. Okay, this will help whatever's in the mind or whatever's going on here by taking that time to just breathe and relax and go into this state of meditation. Or I, I like to find, like with me, I like to get I'm earth sign, so I like to be around the earth, trees, woods, plants, nature. Um, and then I like to just, it calms and soothes my mind. And so then whatever is troubling that's in my mind, can just go. I can let it go. That's why I like to go, just sometimes just go sit in the woods and be in nature and just sit there and listen to sounds and hear all the things around me. Um, it takes a lot. It whatever is in my, troubling me, I'm able to just let it go. So for you guys, look in your chart and see, I know you're a water sign, but look in your chart and see uh, what what are the majority of the signs in your chart, whether the water, earth, air, fire. Then you'll know where you can find that place that you can go to surrender whatever is there in your head, and let it leave you and let it go. Just release it, and you'll find it a lot more comforting. I wouldn't say just go with your sun sign, but I have earth, I have some water, um, and I have a little bit of fire. Um, all right, let's see what the moon with these eclipses happened this month. We have the solar first, which is going to be on the 14th, like I said. Then we have the lunar that's going to happen on the 28th. Now, remember these signs, we could have been feeling, I know I was feeling the energy of the solar I'd say about a month ahead. I was feeling it because I do have Libra as my north node. Um, but right now, my axis is with the lunar, the points of the moon, is kind of swapped. So my south node being Aries, my north node being Libra, with the moon. Those are the axes of the moon. So it's mine are flipped right now. It's something about the past. Um, is going to affect my future, and I think it's going to do with all of us. Uh, we got the wanting, giveless moon. Something here about reflection. seeing ourselves in the mirror. Um, so, woo-wee. Our own reflection. And like I said, it's almost like the water. And what did I say? 3 people here. We see 2 people here together, something with ourselves, connecting with ourselves and what we feel. Seeing one's own self in and being honest about what we see about ourselves. Right after that comes the purity. And we also have the worm moon, which deals with faith. Having faith, spiritual faith. What do you believe in? Where's your faith lie? I know where mine lies. All right. Let's see what the healing is. I've already pre-shuffled these, so just give it the one. And we'll see what healing message you have here. Because I feel like there's really definitely needs to be some healing done here. Mental trauma. Take time to acknowledge the subtle changes in your spiritual evolution. I like that. There's transformation and rebirth. That's spiritual evolution. We all going to be changing. Spiritually changing. Let's see. The Magician. Remember I said it'd be interesting when I pull the Magician, the magic card, to see what's trying to be manifested here. Oh, that was quick. Protection. Strong protective magic for the family and the home. Protect your home and your family from anything. I mean, I feel like somebody might have the devil coming in their home. And you need to protect. You need that protection of family. Or to protect the family and the home. I always say you let the devil in your house. Better be saging it and using frankincense for healing. All right, let's see what door the divine's trying to open up for you guys. It's knocking. Ooh, I saw this the other day. Matter of fact, I think, was it Virgo got it or was it Libra? One of them got it. I think it was Libra. I'm not really sure. But it's like that illusion of, you seeing down the hallway. It just goes on and on and on. Eternal. And look at all that fire. Silent skill. I challenge you to unpack your mind. In meditation's grace, the soul can unwind. What'd I say? Breathe in, breathe out. Let go of doubt. What'd I tell you? Definitely has to do with something here. Whatever it is, a trauma, mental trauma, got to be released for healing. Okay. Oh, don't want to forget the dice. I gave it for everybody else. Might as well give it for you guys too. Got to be fair. All right, we're going to look at what planet, what sign, and what house is the most important for this month. What is the most important sign, planet, and house for Scorpios in the month of October? What is the most important sign, house, and planet for October for Scorpio. From that North Node, that's connected to the moon. These are the points of the axis for the moon, and the cycles. Again, I'll let you know that the North and the South Node, not only does it deal with the past and the future, and not only is it connected to the moon, but is connected with it in the way with the sun and the moon that deals with the eclipses. Okay. The closer the sun gets to uh, the node, and the closer the moon gets to the node, it creates an eclipse. Okay. We've got that Libra energy that I said was here. Sign of Libra, your 12th house. And we've got the second house, which for you has to do with that Sagittarius, which I said is this king here. And it has to deal with the future. So you're going to be dealing with something here for the next 18 months. I don't know if you have, where you have Libra in your chart. In your birth chart. I don't know what planets were there. It's always good to know what your birth chart is. You got to know the exact time, the location of where your birth was, date, all that kind of stuff. But the exact time is really important to really get a good, solid prediction of or returns, lunar returns, solar returns, uh, to know exactly where those planets are at the time of your birth, and then where they're at now. Because you can take the two charts of what you have, and you can compare them where those planets are now, what houses they're in now. Is any of them in their return? Like me, I had Mercury in my return, which the internal planets do it more often than the outer planets do. So and Venus is for me is going to be in its return soon in my birth chart, because I had the sun at 24 degrees in Virgo. I had Libra at, oh, I'm sorry, I had the sun at 24 degrees in Virgo. I had Mercury and Venus at 10 degrees Virgo, and I also had Pluto at 2 degrees. So I kind of had a stellium in my house when at the time I was born. And both of those, Venus and um, Mercury's done already had its return. Mars, I can't remember where Mars is at in my chart. I just happen to remember about my own personality, um, that I would face a lot of maybe trials and tribulations in my life, uh, that would create some, um, that would change me in some way, little bits at a time, changing me. Um, but I was always, you would always be protected. Is what I got from my about myself in my birth, that I would always be protected by the divine, and that was nice to know. All I had to do was, be true, um, be honest, be pure of heart. I've always had my faith, so um, and that's why it's really good to know what's in your birth chart. I'm not an aggressive person. I'll do what I got to do, and I'll tackle what duties I have aggressively and get it done, because I'm one of those, don't start something unless you're going to finish it. If I want to start it, let's get it done. And I kind of like a bulldog, I want to stay on that and get those duties done because I don't want to go back to it. I want to finish it. So, and that's even doing this, it's like I want to get it done. So, this is kind of what I've got for you. Please get your birth charts. Also, I'm not a big person about this. Um, I know I've been reminded by friends, we love you, we love the way you read, the information you give us, and then what you teach us and all that. Um, you need to make sure, tell people subscribe. Also, giving thumbs ups for the videos, it helps the algorithms. So I'm going to ask you, please, if you like the way I read and you like what you can learn here about yourself and others, uh, and where major changes can be taken in your life, please subscribe to the channel. Also, if you resonate with the video, I know all of it's not going to resonate with y'all because it's not a personal reading. It's a general reading. So some of it will and some of it won't. Same way with me. I look at other readers. Some of it resonates and some of it doesn't. Sometimes I connect with a reader. I can feel their vibrations, and that's okay. And it's a good thing. I mean, when you get the readers that you vibrate with, that's a good thing. You can send out the good vibrations to the other reader, and you get that good vibrations back. I mean, I have been, with some people that aren't so good. um, but that was my lesson to be learned. Be cautious. And so, anyway, um, so pay attention to your second house, which deals with Sagittarius, and what's going to be coming within the next couple of months. That you'll be heading toward. Those could be very, and then that 12th house with Libra being your 12th house, what's going to happen now at the solar eclipse is going to start it off. Okay? That lunar eclipse, that angular, that's where there the sun's blocked out, but there's that ring of fire around it. Okay? Um, and this is going to kind of launch something here for the future. So be vigilant for the next 6 months. Stay on top of things. Um, know where the planets are. Astrology is such a wonderful tool to help you get some of the most difficult times. If you know difficult times are coming and how it may have that impact on you, it is the most best tool in the world. And I look at it this way. A lot of people look at it as doing something occult wise or witchcraft and all that. I don't delve in witchcraft. Um, I don't believe in curses. I just don't. Um, whatever happens, bad happens to you. It's what you put out there. You put out negativity, you get it back. If you want to call that a curse, if you're always being negative, guess what? That's exactly what you're going to get back. That's not a curse. You're doing it to yourself. Stop it. You can change it. But astrology is a very good tool for you to know when difficult times may be coming. What is that outer planets, like as Neptune, uh, Pluto, Uranus, where there will be those sudden changes that takes place that kind of catch you off guard, that maybe affect some goal you have or dream you have, a vision you have for your future, because we don't really know what's going to happen in the future. I mean, we can somewhat, with astrology, we can look at things and say, okay, this, and this, but it would be it would be difficult to be really accurate, uh, because only God knows. Only He knows what's to come, and then there's those that with that have that ability to sense things and know things of what the outcome would be, or have that spiritual guidance to be careful with the spiritual visors as well. I'm gonna tell you that. We all know there's false prophets. We know that. We know there's wicked, evil spiritual advisors. Be very cautious. Okay? So take care. Thank you for viewing the video. And like I said, if it resonates, please subscribe. And if you would, please give the video a thumbs up if it resonates with you. And feel free to comment below, and always, look out and see. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, so that way when I go live, you'll get a notification. Make sure your notifications are on, and you'll know I'm live, and you come. I don't really do. I'm not a big one about doing pre-recorded videos. I like being live, but if I have to, in certain cases, to kind of get ahead of the game, I will do some pre-recordings. I don't like them. I would rather do them live, because I'd rather feel the energy of that time at that moment and what I pick up on. Okay? So y'all take care, and I will really look forward to meeting you if you are new and you've never been here before, and you've never seen me before. I'll be very interested in getting to know you, and welcome you to the group. And that we can all enjoy this together and learn together and share. Okay? All right. That's what I got. Y'all take care, and I will see y'all again. Bye for now.